In my opinion, growth stocks are the most fun in all of investing. These are the ones that can make you rich overnight. For example, one stock I'll be talking about today has grown almost 250% in 1 year. In this video, I'm going to give you my favorite 6 growth stocks and why I believe each of these can make up the perfect growth stock portfolio to bring you lots and lots of profits for many years to come. My name's Nolan Govea. My students call me Professor G, and I made this channel to make investing simplified. Now, putting together a perfect growth portfolio is anything but simple because there's just so many to choose from. But for this portfolio, I'm going to be picking one great stock from 6 amazing industries. And now on this channel, you know that I love investing in ETFs, specifically because they do the job of diversification for you. Some of my favorite growth ETFs are QQQM from Invesco, SCHG from Charles Schwab, and VUG from Vanguard. In any of these, you can scroll to find what makes up the total holdings, and when you do this, you'll see 7 to 10 different sectors worth of holdings. This provides the investor with much diversification and overall safety, just in case 1 or 2 sectors get hit hard by the economy. You know the other sectors will pull their weight and keep your overall portfolio from losing money. So while there are very solid growth stocks out there, even more than the ones that I'm going to go over today in this video is going to stick to one great stock within 6 different industries, so that if you choose to follow this type of portfolio, it's going to optimize not only your profit, but also safety through diversification. The 6 different sectors I will highlight are information technology, healthcare, artificial intelligence or AI, semiconductors, communication services / gaming, and energy. First company stock is from the sector that everybody's just interested in these days and super hyped on with information technology. In this category are so many great growth stocks that I believe are amazing for anybody's portfolio, such as Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. My favorite overall stock is Microsoft, but I've talked a lot about that in different videos, so for this one I'm going to highlight one that I really like, but that's different than Microsoft. And this company is Alphabet Inc., or Google. Ticker symbol GOOGL. Alphabet is one of the world's largest online search and advertising companies and is the parent company of Google and YouTube. In the second quarter, Alphabet reported 7% year-over-year revenue growth, which included 28% cloud revenue growth. I'm particularly bullish on Google's artificial intelligence opportunities, which include enterprise AI tools and AI search features. For me, hard numbers and data are very important when picking a stock, but equally as important are qualitative factors. If someone wants to figure something out or learn something, they don't just go on the internet to find it, they Google it. If someone wants to learn something or figure something out visually, they don't just look for a video, they YouTube it. That type of competitive advantage is so invaluable, and it's something that I really like with this company. The current price is $135.66. Over the last 5 years, it's up 130.40%. Over the last 1 year, it's up 27.01%, but year to date, it's up 52.22%. This company has a market cap of $1.72 trillion, which makes it one of the biggest companies in the whole world. It also has a PE ratio of 29.7. And that's a relatively low PE ratio for a growth company, so I really like where the value is, even though that price is somewhat high. This next sector is healthcare, and this sector has some behemoths. Ones that I like as a solid stock and great company for years to come would be Pfizer, United Health Group, Abbott Labs, and AbbVie. I picked a different company though as my overall top growth stock for this sector because it has many drugs that are in the final stages that are going to absolutely change our lives if they go through. Eli Lilly & Co., ticker symbol LLY, produces brand name prescription drugs to treat a wide range of medical conditions including diabetes, cancer, and neurological disorders. The current price for Eli Lilly is $557.11. Over the last 5 years, it's absolutely been crushing it at 420%. The last 1 year, it's up 81.58%. And year to date, it's up 52.64%. It's got a very solid market cap of $528 billion and a PE ratio of 77.4. It also has a pretty solid dividend yield at 0.81%. Adding a healthcare stock to your portfolio is pretty much always a solid move because of the stability and the fact that we're always going to need some sort of healthcare. And of the available companies, this one seems like it has the most room to grow. Now, this next company is technically in that first sector that I started this video with, which is information technology, but specifically, this is going to be one that's just crushing it in the AI space. Since artificial intelligence has taken over the world, I wanted to give it its own sector and its own highlight. And in this category, none rise to the top like this top stock. This one is none other than Nvidia, which is absolutely on fire, almost 250% in 1 year. Nvidia Corp, ticker symbol NVDA, designs and sells high-end graphics and video processing chips used for desktop and gaming personal computers, workstations, and other advanced computing servers and supercomputers. Nvidia is easily one of the top performing stocks of all of 2023. Currently, Nvidia dominates the market for AI chips with over 80% market share, according to some estimates. The current price for Nvidia is $485.09. Over the last 5 years, it's absolutely insane at 613.59%. This last year, up 248.06%, and year to date, up 238.86%. The market cap is an impressive 1.2 trillion, and the PE ratio is 117.18. Now, that PE ratio is quite high, which totally makes sense with the amount of growth that it's had in the last year. So be careful diving in too deep right now, since we kind of are at the top of what it's been. It could always go higher though, and most analysts are calling for an even higher price, but just proceed with caution. Next is another super hot sector this year in 2023, almost as hot as AI, and that's the semiconductor. The semiconductor is so hot because it's a material used in electrical circuits, but more importantly, semiconductors can be found in thousands of products such as computers, smartphones, appliances, gaming hardware, and medical equipment. Just like how Nvidia could have fit into that technology sector, this next stock totally could have been in information technology as well, but again, I wanted to specialize and make a highlight specifically for semiconductors. Now, this one is my favorite in the semiconductor sector, not only because of how great of a company it is, but how great of just a stock it is. It's kind of a cheat code for investors, and you'll see why in a second. Usually if a stock is a solid growth stock, it probably has very little to no dividend. And even if it does have a dividend, it doesn't really grow too much year after year. This stock not only has grown over 75% over the last year, but also has a very solid dividend of over 2% and has grown its dividend every year for the last 12 years. This one is Broadcom Inc., AVGO. Broadcom is a diversified global analog semiconductor supplier. Broadcom is easily one of the biggest winners from the AI infrastructure boom. Broadcom has an exclusive deal with Apple, and recently the extension of Apple's chip supply deal in May improves Broadcom's financial visibility, given Apple accounts for about 20% of its total sales. The current price of Broadcom is $872.52. Over the last 5 years, it's up 275%. Over the last 1 year, up 75.13%. And year to date, it's up 57.64%. It has a market cap of $360 billion. The PE ratio is nice and low at 26.67. And the dividend yield is above 2% at 2.11%, which means that this amazing growth stock has a bigger or similar dividend yield to great dividend companies such as Lowe's, Starbucks, and even Procter & Gamble. Great growth, high dividend, low PE ratio. This stock is so appealing in so many ways. The more that I research this, the more that I like it. The next one that I included on this list is communication services, and specifically in gaming, because I think gaming is just going to skyrocket, especially with all this AI and VR and AR and just all the technology that keeps growing in that space. For this sector, I could have easily gone with something like Netflix or Verizon or even Meta, but that would have been too easy. I wanted to pick one that could really provide crazy upside down the road. The absolute best growth stocks that are going to get you the most rich have some level of uncertainty right now. And then if you take a chance on it and good news or something good happens, that's when you bought in low and it's just gonna skyrocket, and that's where you make your profit. So this one has a little more risk than the rest of the other ones, but the reward could really be there. Activision Blizzard is the biggest gaming conglomerate in the US, home to titles such as Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Candy Crush. The deal between Microsoft and Activision Blizzard is still uncertain but looks favorable. If this deal were to go through, the company company stock would shoot up. Microsoft has the funds and the patents to make AI and gaming go to the next level already, and by adding Activision Blizzard to the arsenal, both companies would shoot up like crazy in the next 2 to 3 years. The current price for Activision Blizzard is $92.04. Over the last 5 years, it's up 25.11%. Over the last year, up 19.78%. And year to date, similarly up at 19.72%. Market cap is $72.42 billion, and the PE ratio is 33.67. It also does have a little dividend at 1.08%. Like I said before, I like this company not for its current numbers so much, but for what could happen, especially in 2024, if this Microsoft deal were to go through, and it does look very favorable. Now, this next company is one that's in the headlines pretty much every single day, but some of the specific numbers that I found on this one are very interesting and nobody's really talking about it. And after I discuss this last growth stock, I'll explain how you can build your portfolio, not just overall, but also how you could live off of passive income and dividends by turning your dividend snowball into a dividend avalanche with my step-by-step process. So this next company dominates in the energy sector and has a current price of $245.01, but over the last 5 years is up an amazing 1,296%. What? But even more exciting are the numbers that I'm going to show in a second. And this company is none other than Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. Tesla is the leading US electric vehicle manufacturer, and it reported an impressive 47.2% revenue growth and 19.7% net income growth in the second quarter. New factories in Texas and Germany, coupled with the launch of the Cybertruck production, set the stage for the next phase of growth for Tesla in 2023. The Roadster and the Optimus robot will be longer-term growth drivers as well. Most analysts project that we're only at the tip of the iceberg with this energy company. The thing that excites me the most about this company is that we're finally down in price a little bit, which makes this actually a solid value. While it's up a crazy 126% year to date, over the past year, it's actually still down negative 10.72%. We all know that Tesla's going to take over the world at some point, but now the stock is cheap enough where it actually makes sense that you could possibly start an investing position. Each one of these 6 stocks would be amazing individually, but even stronger when put together as a solid diversified portfolio. To really build up that net worth and then be able to start living off of passive income while you build up this growth portfolio, you need to turn your dividend snowball into a dividend avalanche. Use this guide as the fastest way to be able to quit your job and live off of passive income from dividends forever. Check out this video now.